Hello, hello. Oh, my nose is itchy. Hello. Happy, Thursday. I'm really tired and my belly hurts. I ate way too much food. Happy shower day. My plastic quite graggly. Hi, Dio. And hi, Ace. Hi, Jeeps. And hi, BC. Hello. You're tired? You don't know why you're always tired these days? Probably because you're always up late and you always have to get up early, right? You're so busy all the time. My friend was working today, so rather than stay at home and do my work, I decided to go sit on her floor in her work. And I just sat there all day eating nachos. So now I'm very, very full of nachos. Let me turn this down, it's really loud in my ear holes. And then I came home around 3:30. I made a sandwich because I was like, well, I'm not going to eat after stream, so I should make sure I eat some proper food before stream, because that way I won't be eating again until tomorrow. So now now my belly really hurts because all I ate was whatever nachos are made out of, the sauce to go on top of nachos, and a sandwich. 1 week left to your birthday and 2 days left to March 7th birthday? Birthdays are so close together. Wait, what day is Monster's birthday on? Oh, what's my mouse? Saturday. I don't think I'll be streaming Saturday. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. I've been playing with my Aria though. She's really cute. She's really, really cute. And I like the team. I like using both of the characters together. It's really fun. And even oh, I disconnected my mouse. It's okay. And I disconnected. Wait. I really want Nangon now. Oh, I'm tired. Can you tell? Oh. It was a mistake to go out and sit on the floor all day talking. Especially because I forgot I was playing this today. I thought I was playing Star Rail. And then on my way home I was like, oh, I'm playing Apollo Justice. That's a talkie game. Starting episode 3 though. I can't remember what the image was for episode 3. I think it had the other guy. The blonde hair guy. The motorbike guy. Don't worry, I have a ginormous cup of water. I have a ginormous cup of water. I have a ginormous cup of black coffee. And I have a giant container of sweets. So I believe in myself. I can do this. My sweets are really good for your throat, so. And I've been devoid of coffee all day. So this would be delicious-ish. Wait, what do you mean by Murakaba case? Someone not dead, but dead, but not dead, but dead. But not dead. Dihydrogen monoxide. What's dihydrogen monoxide? Dihydrogen monoxide. Dihydrogen monoxide is a substance that is responsible for millions of deaths worldwide. Then why is Google saying it's evil? That's water? Also that? Okay. Don't make me think more. Episode 3, Turnabout Serenade. Serenade. Oh, I lowered the volume slightly because I listened back to the last VOD and it seemed a bit too loud. Please let me know if I went too far. Oh, it's the rest of his bandmates. He loves us. Lock on, everyone. This party's not over yet. Oh, you can see my mouse. And that's right, baby. The night's just getting started. Thank you for coming to the Gavineers Guilty as Charged tour. The band name is the Gavineers. Is it all just his brother? Wait, I recognize this little guy. Why do I recognize this? He kind of... Backstage hallway, 8:05 p.m. And this is so cool. Us at the Gavineers concert. Oh, all the band members' lawyers? Oh, I feel like there could be a better name for that if so. Huh? Did you say something? My ears are still ringing. Gavineers putting the sick back into music. Apollo's awful. Well, I thought Mr. Gavin was really nice. Sending us those tickets at 20%. He didn't send us free tickets? They're hard to get a hold of, you know. When you invite people to a concert, it's usually free. Exactly. Let's head to his dressing room, Apollo. You know, we're like a couple of VIPs. I've always dreamed of being a VIP at a Gavineer show. Trucy? You didn't know who Prosecutor was before this case. What kind of fan doesn't know the lead vocalist's name? He was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Oh yeah, she didn't know who he was. I forgot about that. Yeah, but I'm a girl. You see, the thing is, she is just a girl. I'm supposed to swoon over gods of rock. You think she's just a girl? God awful, maybe. I bought all this stuff on the way home from the trial. I got 12 Gavineer albums and 15 concert videos. And that's quite a bit of impulse shopping. I got an advance on my next 15 years worth of allowance. That's so much money. For Mr. White, that sounds like a real act of generosity. That's so much money. Who would have imagined me here? At a Gavineers concert, watching Prosecutor Gavin, quote-unquote, walk. But to be honest, he was kind of cool. The Yowie is approaching. Not that I'd ever admit that to Trucy. Thank you for the look, Ace! Oh, good luck with the side quests. That didn't work for Alita Tialo, but it will work for Trucy because she is so much cuter. Exactly, she is much cuter, so it will definitely work for her. What's this outfit? Yield. Why has he got lipstick on his mirror? Why are the chains on the wall? You know you're like punk rock when you hang chains from your wall. Mr. Gavin, thanks so much for the tickets. And the invoice you sent along with them. Oh, I accidentally clicked that game. You were incredible up on stage, Mr. Gavin. Nothing like music to brighten the mood after trial, yeah? And we're almost ready for our next act. I'm looking forward to it myself. Lammy Rao singing, right? The siren of the ballad? And that flyer said she flew all the way over for this show. And that's right, I happened to catch her show while overseas. Her voice is divine. I knew I had to invite her to perform with us. Chains on the wall and the police uniform in the background, eh, Clavier? Look, he's a man of a certain taste. You praise me too highly. Who's this guy? He's huge. Allow me to introduce Mr. Romian... Oh, this is going to be an issue. Lammy Rao's manager and her interpreter, incidentally. Hi, Creeper. Happy Thursday. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well today. It is a great honor for us to be here. And a great honor for Lammy Rao to be heard in this country. Exactly. Hi, buddies. Eyeball, ladybug, man pushing thing, fern, lamp, ladybug, man pushing, man on all fours, key, scissors, dancing man, light bulb arrow, question mark? Bug goat? I wish I could understand it. It's beautiful. Oh, okay. I'm not doing that again. It's a little interesting. It's a little interesting. I'm actually meeting her. Mysterious songstress. I am fluent, thank you. You're touching the vegetable of our people. You're touching the vegetable of my people? Our people? Touch it gently. With respect. Her quiet, deep song glides through the air, lilting above a sparse but elegant piano accompaniment. Now this is music. She's a real artist. Yes, owl, ladybug, key, man pushing goat, scissors, man pushing bug, light bulb, key, fern, eye, goat. She speaks wingdings. She does speak wingdings. We have long looked forward to this joint performance. Your voice. It is art. Light bulb, fern, goat, man pushing bug, goat, leaf, light bulb, wave, light bulb, fern, question mark, bug, light bulb, ladybug, owl. That doesn't sound very respectful. Who's the little winghead person? I've seen this kid somewhere before. I haven't. He plays piano at all of Lamuel's concerts. He's cute, and he's a really good pianist. Good pianists are a dying breed, I hear. Allow me to introduce Machi Tobai. He is blind. That is why he never strays far from her. They are always together. So one speaks in wingdings and the other one is blind? Oh yeah, a jab on Phoenix, because Phoenix doesn't play piano very well. Phoenix doesn't play very good piano. He's average. They're like characters from some fairy tale. She's so, what's that word? Exotic. And mysterious. She does seem quite pretty, at least her eyes do. Hers is a kind of sightseeing musique. Honestly, not the word I'd use, no. She travels the globe, putting the sights she sees into song. Even though her appearance and voice are exotic, her songs remind us of something close and warm. Sights into song? That's so poetic! She was gracious enough to put music to my lyrics tonight. The guitar's serenade. Serenade? Serenade? I hope you enjoy it. I can't wait! And now it is time for the next part. We're giving the Gavineers hard rock a little rest. My lady, I'm gonna call her my lady. My lady, the stage is yours. Thank you, wingdings. The band members will not play during my lady's ballad. Only Machi's tender tones and her dulcet voice. And my guitar, of course. Woohoo! Nights like this make it all worthwhile, you know. I should have learned to play the guitar. Why? Serenade, like grenade? Ah, grenade? Serenade. Serenade. That's a very different word. Oh, that assumes I don't read grenade as grenade? Oh no! Oh, grenade! Oh, I could also say it's grenade. Little Birdie once told you you might be absolutely cucked for version 4.1. Why may you be cooked for version 4.2? I believe I could say grenade. Shall we hit the stage then? Good luck, Mr. Gavin. Take care, your hearts aren't stolen away, yeah? Let's get back to the concert. Hail, Polly. Wait, let's get back to the concert hall, Polly. Wow, what a beautiful voice. Wow. You're right, it is 3D Presto. Hope you're doing well today. Is this the first time there's been 3D? Got Tamagotchi live concerts? Oh, his hair looks so bad in 3D. Take it back. Take it back. Did he eat her? But how is the music still going? I like that the lyrics are guitar, guitar. Guitar, guitar. Oh, he is so on fire. He is very on fire. Burn him. Wow, wasn't she amazing? I sniffle. I even cried a little. I was surprised Prosecutor Gavin actually burnt his guitar. And that even surprised me, and I'm a magician. What a production. What a destruction.
Hey, girlie, hold still.
Hold still. I don't think Prosecutor Gavin was expecting it either, oddly. He looked as surprised as I was. Is that what they call risking life and limb for art? I think he's my new hero. And I'm not sure I'd call that art. Well, what are we doing here? Let's get going to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and maybe buy him a new guitar? Can't believe we could see the prosecutor being the killer right in the third trial. How many breaks does this band need? Honestly, I don't think I've never been to a concert that has several breaks in the middle. Normally only one. If that. Because if there's a break and you're in the pit, you'll never get back to the front. You're just waiting. What the heck was that? I was never consulted about it. Sorry, Mr. Gavin, sir. Oh, he's angry. I've asked the man in charge. I play new rock, not great balls of fire. Speaking of fire, I have a good mind to fire whoever's responsible. He seems upset. Apollo Justice, were you the one that tried to torch me? How would we have done it? How would we be the one? What could we possibly have done? Hey, I didn't do it. So much for risking your life for art. The guitar serenade is ruined. Ruined! Well, let's try to talk to him at least. You're right. To be fair to him, Chusi is literally a magician. I'm not sure that's the best move right now. The flaming guitar! Yeah, let's talk to him about where it hurts. You mean the guitar? That wasn't part of the act? Part of the act? Who'd burn up a guitar on purpose? Well, it worked really well with the lyrics just then. Burning on in my heart, fire burn my love all away. Wait, you think the audience thought it was me? Sounds like you got lucky. They probably thought it was part of the act. At least I did. He got lucky and he didn't realize it. Anyway, that guitar was the Ferrari of guitars. All the speed, all the sound, all the price. If I burned one of those at every show, I'd go broke. Unusually frugal of you for a rock band. Try saying that to Mr. Gavin. Today's been one disaster after another. My hog won't run, my guitar's case broken. And Daddy told me there'd be days like these. Wasn't her song incredible? You worked on it too, right, Mr. Gavin? Ah, yes, thanks. It was a collaboration. I wrote the lyrics and she wrote the melody. You know, normally it'd be the other way around. I was surprised she could sing in English. I'm sure she practiced a long time for this day. Here. Sugar, sugar. Oh, that night in your embrace when you stole away the keys and my heart held it onto so tight. Pleasure, pleasure, but a fleeting melody, it wraps itself around me and now through the air. Whoa, whoa, burning in my heart. Hold those. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. Yippee! Thanks so much! Only ever get to sign our client defense agreements. Apollo, you've had 2 clients. Ooh. Almost time for the 3rd act of the night. Oh, dismal. Yes, her part is done. Now it's time for us to drop our groove again, yeah? Hope you're ready to catch it. Woohoo! Ready, Apollo? Huh? I think I'll pass. I like the bit with her, but the rest could use a volume knob turned way down. Apollo, you're getting old. Does 22... He's 22? Okay, at least we finally have the number. He's 22. Well, I'm going. Let the old folks rest backstage, yeah? Time to what? Old folk? How old is Clavier? Yeah, there we go. You're older than I am. No, weirdo. Let's look through all his stuff. A police uniform. Next to it is a policeman's hat and a pair of handcuffs. Guess the band really isn't the police. It must be Prosecutor Gavin's thing. I thought rock and roll was all about being rebellious. Yeah, normally it is. Backstage hallway. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, there we go. I couldn't see the bottom of the screen, which is why I'm now autoing. How do I stop autoing? There we go. My screen wasn't maximized properly, and I had the bottom Windows thing, so I couldn't see what buttons do what. And for a second there, I was pressing every button, hence autoplay. Why is Emma here? She is a detective. There's no need for titles once you've shared a bottle of fingerprinting powder. Oh, okay. That's a new one. Emma, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm snacking. You think I want to be here? Me in charge of security in this pit? Security? Did something happen? There's no knowing with that glamorous fop. Apparently, he's all upset because something was stolen. He wanted security back here during the concert. Where does he get off acting like he's some big rock star? He is a big rock star. Hey, you listening to me? So, where's this door here lead to? This one? Oh, that's her dressing room. Don't even think of going in there unless you want a piece of snackaroos in your face. What is she eating? And why does it just look like half a sausage? Or like a burnt hot dog? Munch, 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 munch. Is she ever in a good mood, I wonder? Oh yeah, wait, I could see her snack bag. What are they? Do you think it's a type of nut? The Gaviniers. Emma? Munch, 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 munch. I've never seen someone eat snacks with such vehemence. Better give her a whole wide berth. She snackooed me. Okay, so I don't think there's any point talking to her. It's chocolate? Oh, dried bread. Because it's crunching, dried bread would make sense. Maybe it's like Cocoa Puffs. But like giant Cocoa Puffs. And that's the blue badger. Could you try to either talking or munching, but not both? She snackooed me. Serves me munch right munch for going munch of my munch way. Sorry, I don't speak snackoos. Munch, munch, munch. Is that Mike? What's this? Some kind of headset? Munch, 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 munch. Why would someone leave this in the hallway on the floor? And maybe her bodyguard dropped it? Oh my god, Emma! Will you stop eating those snacks for 1 second? If you think you're going to pull me away from my snacks just to hear you mumbling on and on about whatever, you're going to be sorely disappointed. At least I got her to... Oh man, I would love a bowl of grapes right now. All the nachos and bread I ate today, I would absolutely love a big bowl of fruit. I haven't got any grapes either. I have strawberries and I have oranges, but the oranges take a moment because you have to peel them. And the strawberries, I like to cut them up when I eat them. I like to cut them up into quarters and then I feel fancy with a whole bowl of strawberries. Dressing 2. So this is her dressing room? If you even think about going in there, I'll... Sumimasen? Out of my way! It's not locked. I'm going in. Do you think it was the TV? What's that awful noise? Oh, it's the concert. Oh wait, I saw it on the wall. Oh wait, there's a dead man! Mr. What's his name? Lettuce! Oh no! Hey, you! Me? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? And don't touch anything. I'll be right back. Shouldn't she stay and he go get someone? He's alive! Mr. Lettuce, can you hear me? I was shot by the stinkiest person in the room. Ask witness. Witness. There was a witness? Who? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Hang in there, Mr. Lettuce. Tell me, who is the witness? The witness is your mom. Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Right, time to touch everything immediately, including this man. Is that a name? Do you think he tried to write a name? If so, he did that really fast because we were just outside. Yippies! Emma, who is there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard the door close. The concert's been cancelled. Backup's on its way. Mr. Lettuce? He's dead. Isn't he? That's terrible. Yeah, this Fear Break side quest and you hate it? It's a math-based minigame? Absolutely not. I'm out. I heard his last words. The witness is the siren. Whatever that means. Well, that means it's the lady. Star Rail buffs? Firefly, Sealy, Ho-Ho, Welt? Firefly? Sealy, though. He's one of the Gaviniers, isn't he? The venue's locked down. We took names and addresses before letting the crowd go. Good work, Daryan. I'll let you know if I find out anything about the victim. Later. It's investigation time then, yeah? Fallen detective? I don't need some rock and rolling prosecutors to tell me that. One request I must make. Tell no one, on staff or otherwise, anything of this. Oh, a gag order! No word gets out other than that Mr. Lettuce is dead. No word of the cause of death or of the murder. Tell no one. Not even What's her face? Not even what's her face. We must keep everything under wraps. I'll need your signature on this, Mr. Forehead. Yours too, Pauline. An investigation request? Why just us? You two are civilians. It's standard procedure. That should be okay to sign, I think. Right, well, let's get started with the investigation. Can I read that document he made us sign? Does it say we did it? To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside. No, never mind. Never mind. I thought I could, like, turn it around. I'm on it already. Yeah, Apollo's third trial ever, and he saw a man die. Try not to get in the Pauline detective's way. She's in a foul mood today. Gee, I wonder why, Pooh Face. We were all questioned as witnesses, and now none of us can go home. We'll investigate, alright. Our way. I have a question for anyone that is a lawyer that detectives crime scenes. Lawyers don't normally spend this much time on a crime scene and investigating, right? Normally the detectives investigate and then the lawyers just read all the documents. Do lawyers ever go to the murder scene and like sniff the body? And pick up paper and stuff? I don't see us getting back to that crime scene anytime soon. I still can't believe I was there when it happened. They don't? I thought so. I thought so. Not an experience I care to repeat anytime soon. And this is no time for navel-gazing. Let's crack the case. I worry about Trucy. She seems to have a very loose idea on what it means to be an attorney. Of course, that's not surprising considering who her father is. Something the matter? No. Let's get cracking. True, this is Ace Attorney and the trial is probably tomorrow. Who is the one we're blaming? Nobody knows. Who was up on trial? The person up on trial doesn't even know yet. They're probably just sitting at home reading a book. The witness is the siren. Okay, by siren he means what's her face, right? I accidentally pressed auto again. Guilty as charged, Gavin Hughes. Concept poster for the Guilty as Charged tour. I love that name, Guilty as Charged. Seems kind of negative to me. Well, why don't we do the opposite? Magician Trucy presents the Innocent as Charged tour. It kind of loses its impact, doesn't it? It looks like an instrument case, a big instrument case. And there's a great magic trick you can do with one of these. What happens? The miraculous beautiful girl escapes the case illusion. So it's the girl who's miraculous, not the escape? So picky. Oh, scene of the crime. Thank you. Right, there was a window in the back that said do not open. And also, wasn't there only 2 bullet shots? And there's 2 bullet shots on the wall. You have to let us investigate the scene, please. You're attorneys, no? Shouldn't you wait until you have a client? Latus did tell me to ask the witness the siren. With his dying breath, no less. Doesn't that count? No, it doesn't count. Glare at me all you want. You'll get no snacks from me. Please, think of poor what's-her-face. Oh, well, I suppose you did find the body with me. Wait, let's get to it. Wait. Just try not to touch anything. Oh, I'm gonna touch everything. Oh, I'm gonna touch everything. She's that in a look and she's not munching her snacks. This bodes well. There are clues here, I can feel it. Leave no hanger unhung, no spots unspotted. See, he's going to touch everything. Hello, sir. You're dead. Sure is. The victim, no less. Let's take a closer look. Go ahead, Apollo. You first. No, you should go first, Trucy. Really. Will you two stop bickering and get over here? No clues here. No clues up his nose. Is that blood? Why didn't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about, red stuff than I do. Yep. Something is strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? Yeah, he's right in... Yeah, because look, his fingertips even have blood on it. Who killed the cool beard guy? That's what we're here to find out now. And we're going to avenge him. That's the type of game this is now. Apollo, look at his hand. Hey, no touching. You can throw all the snacks at me you'd like, Emma. Sooner or later, you're gonna run out of them. You raise a good point. I'm a bit intrigued by the scene. Let's take a look. This is so insane. See there? He's holding something. A keyring. A cute keyring. You think it might belong to the killer? What unusual keyring and what unusual keys? This could be a vital clue. Mr. Latouche died clutching this. Note the heart-shaped ring. It also says girl. G-O-R-L. Girl. The happy-go-lucky music is crazy, by the way. Yeah, it is. It is definitely a choice. Girl. Girl. Oh, wait, what's with this guitar-shaped key? You know who likes guitars? Gavin. You know who likes girls? Gavin. You know who has this image on his neck? Gavin. What do you mean no clues here? I think it's safe to assume Gavin was the murderer. Yep. He was angry about his guitar and he took him out, and now we're gonna put him to jail and he can live with his brother in jail. And there are keys on this heart-shaped keyring. There's keys on the keyring! This middle key is shaped like a guitar? I get it. It must be the key to a guitar case. I bet I know who this belongs to. How'd I go back? Oh. And this is the murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver? And that's right, a big 45 caliber revolver. I wonder who brought this in here. I thought only police were allowed to have one of those. Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it. I didn't. Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackaroos when it yeah, she was with me. I know. No one here thinks you did it, Emma. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Wait, if the killer brought a revolver, it must mean they had plans to do this from the start. No wonder the holes on the wall are that large. Is a deadly high caliber? Is a 45 caliber big bullets? Like wall exploding bullets? See me, Miss Sam? What do you mean do not open? Look, there's a little window over here. Maybe the killer escaped through that. It's barely big enough for me to get my head through. Not to mention it only opens a crack. Right, no harm in that. Except I'm pretty sure it's impossible. You could peek into the room through it, though. Oh. Only I can escape through that? It's true, I'm the murderer. Arrest me, I dare you. Can't do it, can you? Let's look at his butt. Let's look at... Oh, okay, I can't. I thought if I clicked his feet, I'd look at his feet. No, I'm done there. Oh, what a pretty brooch. You're not going to say, "Can I have it, please," are you? Look, you may be a cute little girl of 15, but that doesn't get you any special treatment with me. Yes, it does. Oh. It's not healthy to envy the young woman. It's not about envy. It's about tampering with evidence. Note to self, Emma lacks a sense of humor. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. Something seems too familiar about that brooch. Was someone wearing that brooch? Okay, it doesn't say Gavin's name on it, so... Oh, I can't see his pic. I know it's not Gavin, but what if it was Gavin? Look at that thing, it's huge. That's TV. Yeah, a wide flat screen TV. I want one of those. You'll be wanting for a long time on your salary, Junior. Wait till you're as famous as Mr. White was, then dream. I don't think Daddy was ever rich, even when he was in law. Great, just stomp on my dreams, why don't you? I forgot about the bullet holes. Are these bullet holes? Looks like it. There were 2 here in the wall. From the look of it, the victim was shot once in the shoulder. The first shot must have been missed. But there were 2 holes. Wouldn't that mean 2 misses? The murder weapon is a .45 caliber revolver. It's very powerful. I believe what we're seeing here is the mark left by the second bullet after it passed through his shoulder. Ouch. Sounds painful. No kidding. I wonder about this murder weapon. The crime. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone. You do? That's true. It was us who found the body. I guess that's what I missed for watching the concert. Hey, I wish I was watching the concert. Anything would be better than this. And when we heard the shot and entered the room, the killer was already gone. But that doesn't make any sense. You came in when you heard the shot and no one was here? That window was a little too small, isn't it? The mystery of the disappearing killer. Mr. Romain Latouche, wasn't it? He was What's-Her-Face's manager and interpreter, apparently. Oh, great. Now we don't have an interpreter for wingdings. So I'm guessing he didn't know many people here. I don't think anyone else is fluent in wingdings. Nor can I think of anyone with a motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course. Who? No one here might have had a motive, but she's from... What are you talking about? Hey, it was Emma's idea. I said nothing. Always with the snacks. He's a big man. Oh, was a big man. I don't think even I would win in a fight with him. Which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing. We've sent a request to the Borginian embassy for more info on him. Tell me about these keys. Sorry, I can't comment on anything not scientifically relevant. I'm a forensic scientist after all. Tell me about the gun. bullets have been fired twice, so you can still smell the gunpowder. No one should be touching a gun, right? You know, because we have the fingerprints thing. You know? Ain't no fair, tell us. It's just something about this revolver seems strange. What's strange about it? Bang! Ha-bang! I'm an old hand with firearms. I have one that shoots bullets. I don't want it shooting any bullets, thank you. Not those bullets, silly. My gun shoots bullets and the magic cat. Comes out of a gun? I can tell by your expression that you've never heard of that trick. It's a great one. Hi, Demal. This doesn't look like poker pier. Oh, look, okay. Poker pier is 60 pounds. 50 pounds? 60 pounds. And I was like, if the game is 30, 35 pounds, I'll buy it. And I had such confidence that it would be 35 pounds. What do you mean it's double that? I hadn't looked at the price once, and I was like, oh, that's a 30 pound game. 35 pound, maybe I'll push 40 pound. And Nintendo went, ha. I think I'm gonna buy Leaf Green though, because I've never played it. Never played it ever. So I think I'm gonna pick that up over the weekend. Because my brother said he wants Fire Red. And I was like, if you buy Fire Red, I'll buy Leaf Green. And he was like, don't tempt me. And I was like, well, stop being a little wuss with a P. Dragon Quest Builders was 60 euros too? See, I don't know that because I was given it. My brother bought me Dragon Quest Builders. I did not know it cost that much. Then, never mind, I changed my opinion. It probably should have been a 60 pound game, yeah. You were right, there was a new talking topic. It's the same team as Dragon Quest Builders? Oh, but Dragon Quest Builders is so good. Dragon Quest Builders is so good. I'm not allowed it. What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's a pretty big and heavy. And that's right, it's a 45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such close range. It's overkill. Then she's never been me playing a zombie game with a shotgun at close quarters. Yeah, So I was watching Austin John, and he was saying that because he got a game early, probably off the back of a van. And he was saying that it was insane. It's apparently really, really good. Really, really good. When I opened up Twitch earlier on, I saw about 15 million people playing it, and I went... Esoteric ebb? What's esoteric ebb? Un momento. Senorita. Esoteric... console game. Oh, I've looked at this before. I recognize the images. Emma has never encountered a zombie. Well, she should get out more. I mean, whenever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2... Wait, is she comparing shooting someone with a 45-point caliber revolver to ordering extra spicy curry? And there's another thing about a gun this big. It puts a lot of strain on the shooter. Yeah, they're gonna have a really bad shoulder. Say, if you were to fire this revolver, the recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder, see? Ouch! It's like the shooter's a victim too. Yet the killer used this revolver and quite well. I I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting. Used to shooting a high-caliber weapon? Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. I guess you're right. I know how you're feeling. It's hard to know when to stop. But anything more involved has to wait until the squad gets here. I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back? She's leaving us with the body? What kind of detective is she? Oh, actually, we have to... Great, thanks! What? She left. What do we do, Apollo? She told us to wait. Great, and now how am I supposed to investigate? Well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go. Huh? Time's a wasting. We've got a lot of ground to cover. That's true, but... On second thought, why not? I'm sure everything will be fine. Of course it will. Let's go. It's pretty stupid. Who's there? Well, we didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Apollo, that's rude. Not everyone who has a silk hat is friends. Hardly. Whoever that was, he sure looked suspicious. Oh. To the stage. What is it with today? Problems after problem. You ain't kidding. It's the two leading members of the Gaviniers, Apollo. Clavier on vocals and Diane on guitar. They're so cool. I have a hard time thinking of Clavier as anything but a prosecutor, honestly. Huh? What are they arguing about? Probably the case, I bet. Huh? My hog won't start, my guitar case busted, my guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was the performance just now. What was all that about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed the cue. Me? Miss a cue? How could I conceivably get the most important part of the song wrong? And what was that tiny playing of yours? Who you calling tiny? Tiny? Tinny? Tiny Tinny? Tiny. One of those differences in musical direction bands are always splitting up over. This is hardly the time. What are you two doing here? We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry. Wait, you were what? Listen. You need to confirm with the Republic of Bolginad Detective Crescent. Right, anything else? What does it just call him? This guy's a detective? Is there not a uniform for work? I want to chop it off. Two very different I told yous. Hello, Criminal Affairs? Apollo, you really don't know anything about the Gaviniers, do you? Imagine how much hair gel he uses. I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know about the Gaviniers? It's not surprising. Why even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once? I know America exists. The Gaviniers aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow. The police? The real police. By day, they pack heat, but by night, they heat up the stage. By day, those lips interrogate. By night, they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. Hi, Ava. I hope you are also having a lovely Thursday. And that your week has been very daijoubu. They debuted 7 years ago with 13 years a hard time for love. Then came Love with No Chance of Parole, and My Boyfriend is the Prosecution's Witness. That's a song. Sounds like a title of a comic. The list of hits go on and on. This here's my right-hand man, Diane Crescent. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. And this guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When the performance goes the least bit wrong, he goes into this funk, just like me today. I hope murder would be a bit more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today? A disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this and then we'll see who missed the cue. The missed cue? They were arguing about that before. Wait, I love nothing more than questioning tormented artists. What's this missed cue you keep talking about? You heard it, didn't you? From the audience? Actually, I didn't notice anything. See? No amateur is going to pick up on that. Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No, now take a listen to this. I hope you're listening. What's that? A mixing board. We used it to record our concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating a murder? Well, we've come this far. Might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about recording industry. Guilty love. We're a 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. We use the sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Check it out. Oh, I'm not doing that. Wow, neat! So, could you say here only the drum part? Of course, that's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight. I'm more concerned with the other criminal, the one who kills people? I don't know, I'm more concerned about the musician. Apollo, grab Phoenix, time to start walking a rival band of walking defense attorneys? Phoenix can play the piano. Badly. Apollo will sing, I guess. You want to help on the case? Then help me with mine. I guess rock and roll comes before prosecuting. First, we'll bring up the part of the performance in question. You simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear at the uppermost bar. Like so. There it is, now listen. Okay. Was something wrong? You couldn't hear it? Listen again, closely. I don't hear anything. The timing's a little off, isn't it? I don't hear a singular thing. You see? There, right at the most important part. And even an amateur can hear it. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe. You're missing the point. We'll never stamp out crime until we're perfect. Perfect! Here he goes. Right. You amateur, you will prove my point. You will find the miscue. You will tell us which instrument, which part is the guilty party. Did I not just explain it? Move the sliders with W and S to adjust the volume for each part. Then you will find the part that hopelessly bungles with the cues with A and D. You'll find it with your untrained amateur ears. Nothing to do but try, Apollo. First, a quick review. Use W and S to adjust the volume. W, S. Jump to another section of the song with Q and E. And use A and D to switch parts. Got it? Once you've found the guilty part, press L to point it out. So he said it's in the last section, right? Oh wait, this one up. I don't hear a singular thing, dog. I mean, that sounds a little bit weird, but I think it was just weird sounding. Lead singer Apollo, will he scream about how he's fine? The first song they release will be I'm a lawyer and I'm fine. That sounds fine too. Oh. I think that one because it has some parts that stop.
Take that!
And this part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah. It was you, Diane. Well, it looks like the cat's out of the bag. Did I get that right? Am I a musician now? I think I am. That kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Diane. Here they go again. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. It's starting to feel like we're just wasting time. It's all experience under our belts. That can't be bad. Thank you. I still can't get over the title for that song. Guilty Love. Which crime do you mean? The murder, what else? Okay, I finished my coffee. Let me have a sweet. Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case? Hey, people can be driven to do crazy things. Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Latouche than I do. For now, at least. You were the one who found the body, yeah? Well, we were in the middle of a performance, no less. Aren't you going to examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll leave that to you, Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes. They're not exactly best buddies, are they? Emma and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. We might be the most informed for once. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on the things we found. How about the keychain? That's obviously his. Hey, you little shit, explain this. That? Does it look familiar? Familiar? It's mine. That's my keyring. He did it. This is yours, Mr. Gavin? Apollo, how can you make that I knew it face? This is the key ring that was... Yeah, I know. Thanks. Anyway, so where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Wait, I can't believe that we are just a lawyer and we took something not just from the crime scene, but from the clutches of the dead man's hands. And we're just walking around with it in our pocket. The victim? You mean Latouche had my keys? When will my trials be over? Speaking of trials, I've never heard Mr. Gavin whine in court like he has been today. Emma was right about the fop, I'll give her that. Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today. And tell us. And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now. Are you blackmailing me, my lady? Yes. Yes, I am. You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting? And something about your guitar case being busted? I know, why would we take the keys where instead we could have taken the wallet? Yeah, I bet he's packing. I bet he's packing and then I could buy a Pokepia. You mentioned it a few times. It all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. The keyring? It's got all my keys on it, yeah? My bike key, my car key, and the key to my guitar case. Wait, so this keyring... It disappeared. I thought I put it in my jacket pocket. Prosecutor Gavin's keyring disappeared? I had to come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. And in order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. It's the very one, up in flames. And right on stage, too. I actually thought that was part of the show. To top it off, Mr. Latus's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. Hey, Earthbound! I hope you are fine today. Happy Thursday. What's wrong, Susie? Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First, this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen. Then, a very expensive guitar flares up on stage. Then, Mr. Latus dies. Yes, and? Could it all really be just a coinky-dink? Diane, can you make any sense of all this? Hey, don't look at me. What do you think, Apollo? I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all this was planned. Your name is Earthbound Fan 1 and you are fine? I am glad you are fine. I'm thinking what I'm thinking. You are? Are you, Pauline? Yep. Hey, don't leave me in the dark with Spike here. The name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark. What are you talking about? Haven't you noticed the connection, Apollo? A curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles today? I have noticed. I haven't. You know, something was bugging me too. That keyring and the guitar, he's obviously being put up, right? They're trying to make it look like it was him. Slow down there, Polly. You look like a wee bit dizzy. He's bluffing. He hasn't figured it out. Why is his hair wiggling? Why is it lewd? No. Give her forehead a chance. Let's see your evidence to the connection. Shall we? Evidence? I'd better think of something pronto. Come on. Let's see it. I don't know. Oh.
Take that!
You're right. My hair also wiggles. Even more so with this. Look, that one goes crazy. That one wiggles so much it goes out of the bounding box. And it disappears into nothing sometimes. A lyric sheet? The guitar serenade? What's that got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Though I wouldn't have believed it if Pauline hadn't pointed it out. What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles. Oh! This also wiggles, look. Ciao! Yeah, it's not as lewd as the Shark Dude's hair. You're right. Don't you think, Pauline? I do. Everything that's happening to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics to this song. Yeah, I set them to the most wiggling. You can make them not wiggle, or you can make them wiggle a lot. I said let the ears wiggle. Look, just think about everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin. Let's list them in the order that they occurred. While reading this lyric sheet, first, the keyring was stolen. And not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring. Hi, Crimson Chin. Hello. I am doing very well. I hope you are doing well. Happy Thursday. Yes, that is true. How did you know? When you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. Next, his guitar burst into flame. Burning in my heart, fire burned my love. And then Mr. Latus was killed. Like a bullet of love, fire took my life away. That's crazy. Yeah, no kidding. So everything that happened today here, this song predicted it all? Or perhaps it was the other way around. Huh? The criminal could have blasted the based the crimes on the lyrics, but who would go through all that trouble? Someone who moves in mysterious ways, no doubt. I believe you've stumbled upon something quite vital and quite annoying, Pauline. She looks pleased. The lyrics predicted the crime, Clavier. Seems a bit more than just a coinky-dink to me. I have to agree. The keyring, the guitar, the murder. You're Wanderer West! The keyring might have been dropped by accident, yet the victim was holding it. Hard to think it was unconnected. Prosecutor Gavin's as calm as collected as ever. So the criminal matched their actions to the lyrics? That sounds likely. Why would anyone do that? When we think about that, I'm going to get cracking on the biggest crime here. I'm going to talk about my fashion sense. Oh, right. Thanks, Dorian. I'll leave the ponderings of this mysteries to you. I'm Allie here. A foreign national, Mr. Latus, was killed. It seems like that would have been the point of all this. But they did more than that. They left us with not only a murderer, but a mystery. Yeah, it's a little dumb. Maybe this is the real Prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom. I've had enough, frankly. You find me any more mysterious, do me a favor and keep them to yourself, yeah? Yeah. I guess this is all we're going to get from Prosecutor Gavin. That leaves my lady to question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where my lady is? I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist, Machi, 2BA, of course. She seemed rather shocked by Miss Latus's sudden passing. Great, I can't wait to question her. I can't wait to question her. There he goes again. Who is that guy? You know, he didn't look sort of familiar. So he is a friend of yours? No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't remember. What? Their headset is still on the floor? Why have we just left it on the floor? To the BDSM changing room. Son of a witch. With a B. I heard that Mr. Latus has died. My lady, you speak? I mean, you speak English? Yes. I was invited here from the Republic of Bolgina. But I am not Bolginian by birth. But wasn't Mr. Latus your interpreter? Yeah, yes, well, it was Mr. Toulouse's idea. He thought it would add to the mystery, you see. Is that why you spoke in wingdings? No, Machi Tobae is Bolginian. He does not speak English. Now please tell me, what has happened to Mr. Latus? Why did he... Actually, Mr. Latus was... Remember what Prosecutor Gavin said? Not a word. But Mr. Latus is my lady's manager. That's not fair to her. I mean, isn't she a related party? Precisely who Prosecutor Gavin doesn't want to alert, I'd suspect. All we have been told is to wait here in this room. It is very unsettling. I'm sorry, we're trying to figure it out ourselves. Do you think I could ask you some questions? Of course, I am always willing to help. She's as calm as she looked on stage. I can't put my finger on why, but I like this version. Man pushing man on all fours, bug eyeball hour wave question mark light bulb? What is it, Machi? Bug goat dancing man, fork eyeball, bush, man pushing man on all fours, key scissors, leaf. Ugh. Yeah. What seems to be the problem? Machi, he is not good around strangers. He wishes to go out for a breath of fresh air. Would that be alright? Sure, of course. Bye, Machi. Oh, you're playing Animal Crossing. I haven't played Animal Crossing in a while. I should get back to that. And what is it you wish to ask me about? Tell me about yourself. The Republic of Bulgaria, that's in Northern Europe, right? I've never even heard of it. I started out singing in a restaurant. Then the producer called me. Before I knew it, here I am. You don't say. You know, my daddy plays piano in a restaurant and he cheats at poker. Producers tend to look for talent, Juicy. You're not from Virginia originally? Were you born here? Well... Oh, is that supposed to be a secret? Image is everything when you're a star. I know a bit about that, of course. Yes, it is something like this. A contract, you might say. I'm also not to speak anything but Bulgarian in public. Image is important, I guess. She's not all image, though. Her songs are lovely. A real landscape painter in sound. A painter in what? She travels the world, turning the sights she sees into music. That's the secret to her music's beauty, right? You're very perceptive. Ah, yeah, hydration. This landscape painter in sound, too, is an image. Yet without it, my songs would not be so widely heard. They even call you the siren of the ballad, right? Yes, in Bulgaria, my name means the siren. There we go. There we go. Your pianist, Machi, was it? He's cute, like a porcelain doll. He's very European. I met him while singing in restaurants. What do you mean by he's very European? How do you describe someone's appearance to be European? It's like a fairy tale almost. I notice he hardly leaves your side. Yes, well, he is blind. At first I hesitated at dragging him across the world. He doesn't speak English either, does he? He had never left Bulgaria before we met. I made his presence part of my contract. Machi and I together are Lamy Wall. Together, always. Tell me about the guy that's dead. Yes, from 3 months ago. Around when I received Mr. Gavin's invitation to come. I met Mr. Latouche at my office. He was to be my manager and bodyguard. And as it turned out, my interpreter. Yes, but we were to visit more places than just here. We had a concert in Japan scheduled after this one. Though I fear that may have to be cancelled now. Was it Mr. Latouche from the Republic of Bulgaria too? Well, he was only with me for 3 months. I'm afraid there is much I do not know about him. And now I shall never know. No one will even tell me why he has died. Prosecutor Gavin said we weren't to talk to anyone. Mr. Latouche was a talented man. The siren of the ballad? That phrase was his idea, you know. I am happy for him that he has become so well known. The siren? You are the siren, right? That is the meaning of my name in Bulgarian, yes. It was the name my producer gave me. Why do you ask? It's very important. I appreciate finding the wingdings text as well to put in chat. Right here, I felt my bracelet contract slightly and we'll have no idea what they're saying. What do you mean important? I'll tell you. You deserve to know. Siren. It turns out that's a very important word in this case. Wow, when we found Mr. Latouche, he was still alive. What? I heard him say something. His last words. Flashbang. Ask witness. Why didn't we just say, hey, who did it? You know what I mean? He said siren? Really? I was the only one there to hear it, but I'm sure that's what he said. Mr. Latouche said that? Ask the witness? And you're the siren. Did you see what happened? Might I ask, are you with the police? Nope. I'm a defense attorney. Oh, did we ask? That explained, he said, as the witness. There have been no arrests, yes? Is that a problem? Does an attorney not work for a client? If you have no clients, you should leave the investigations to police, I think. I'm sorry, but I cannot answer your questions. If she witnessed a crime, why won't she tell us? I believe we are through here. So she's guilty of something. Oh, these are glowing. Look, it's a postcard. What are these letters at the bottom? We've never seen these before. It must be her native tongue, Bojinian. A landscape painter in sound. This is how it will translate roughly. Please take one. That's a nice image. Someone drew the Gavin's mark in lipstick here. Lipstick? I'd like to wear lipstick someday. Daddy won't let me. Not until I learn to play piano, he says. You'll be waiting a long time then, I'm afraid. Would you mind taking a look at this? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what to say. I wish I could help you. Does this brooch look familiar to you? Oh, it is her brooch. So she was in the room because her brooch was on the floor. I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see. I must have lost it. Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was hers. Thank you. I was wondering where I dropped it. Is something wrong, Apollo? What was this brooch doing at the crime scene? I mean, that was also her changing room, so she could have dropped it there, like, when she was changing, you know? What do you think about these keys? She doesn't like the keys. Okay. Who's there now? Ah, it's you. Where were you? You bet something's wrong. The impossible's happened. It's all your fault, you know. What do you mean by impossible? It's gone. Utterly gone. The body's gone. The body's gone. Mr. Latouche's body has disappeared. Why do I feel like we're the guilty ones? From your vacant stare, I gather you've heard the news. I heard Mr. Lachusa's body has gone missing. Look for yourself. Quite the pickle. Quite the pickle. How can you just stand there? We have to start the investigation. There's no need for alarm. All entrances and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So I suggest we go find ourselves a cadaver. Oh, that's a lovely way to refer to him. Who ate the guy? Me. Nom 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 nom. We'll find him. I'm rather enjoying this. How could Mr. Lachusa's body just disappear? You heard the man. Let's get searching. Yeah, the yellow guy, the magician. I'm guessing he's the magician behind her performance. That makes her fly, teleport away. See, Gita's gone missing. It was in the dressing room. Gita? Who's Gita? His guitar? See? Your guitar was stolen? This hasn't been a good day for guitars or Gitas. Okay, body first, then guitar. And if someone finds that guitar, please bring it to our dressing room. Gita's like a missing person, not a lost and found, man. I think the dead body is more important. Maybe it's just me? Yeah, imagine if he said guitar first, then body. I feel like he would, though. Well, this show is a... what did he call it? A sausage? It is the sausage. No, wait, it was a pickle. And it's your pickle. I told you to stay in the room. Sorry. It's alright. Top priority now is finding that body. You can make it up to me later. 10 bags or so of chocolate snackoos. It is chocolate. Is there anything different here? I don't think so. No. We're just being dumb about dressing rooms. There's a ladder? There's a ladder? There's a ladder? I didn't see it. I literally did not see it. Actually, it's technically a step ladder. Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. Ladder discrimination in 2026. I'm less worried about the stepladder and more worried about why it's there. Well, to climb, right? Oh, there's a vent right there. I didn't see the vent. I still say it's a stepladder. I'm blind. What's wrong, Apollo? Your mouth is catching flies. It's nothing, it's nothing. Maybe that's how the killer escaped. That's what you were thinking, right? When we arrived on the scene, the killer had already fled. He or she must have had a way out, and that air vent is one possibility. But it's much too small. Not if the killer were about your size, Trucy. It's yeah, it's the little blind person. He's not blind, he's lying. Hi, noobs. You see, she's taken after her dad. How are you doing? Happy Thursday. I didn't do it. I was cutting up the dance floor at the time, thank you. I know. Of course I don't think you did it. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Okay, so that means it was the little person. What's their name? Oh, Machi. Machi. I'm inattentive. It's because I'm tired. I like to think normally I'm very attentive. Right? Okay, where's the vents? There's no vents here. No vents here. There's no vents there. Well, that's weird. If there's vents in one room, should there not be vents in another in both the other room? I guess this is a smaller room. Negative for an hour? You're doing well minus non-existent sleep schedule? Ugh. Non-existent sleep schedules are a pain. I am doing very well though. Yeah, I think I have big plans to go to bed early. I didn't even go to bed last night. I went to bed last night, like 11 p.m. Don't remember the order of events in the Apollo trilogy? Ooh, have you played them all then? Does something seem different to you, Apollo? Something is definitely different here. I do not see a vent. Let's check it out. I do not remember the order of anything from the first 3 games. I feel like these are the type of games that kind of slightly blur into one. For me, anyway. Guitar case. Speaker. Oh, is that the stand that he was singing on? You know what, you see a ladder. I also see a ladder. I'm not sure that's all that important right now. Let's check out that thing in the middle of the stage. Oh. Was this not up before? Ayaya! Ayaya! Casey! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I hope you had a fantastically wonderful stream. Hi, readers. I'm playing Apollo Justice. And I'm on the 3rd episode. It is very fun. And there has been a murder that we have to figure out. The stage there must have been lowered before. Thank you guys. One day I will play Ark Knights. One day I will play it. I will. I was thinking of playing it this weekend because I'm going to stream on Sunday. But I also wish to potentially start playing Pokemon Leaf Green. Or Star Sand Island. Thank you! Make sure you are hydrating and resting well after stream. Easy to play the events because each game does kind of... Yes! I agree, each game does kind of treat it like you've never played any of the others. Which, to be honest, isn't bad. I've never played Leaf Green, so I'm kind of interested in playing it. Because it's just Gen 1, right? But it's in color, and that seems fun. And someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Apollo, what about that ladder against the... She just told us off for looking at this ladder. What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves. I'm not so good with heights. Stop whining and start climbing. Ugh. I'm great with heights, in case you are wondering. I am very good with heights. I am not even slightly scared of being up high. Actually, I enjoy it. I don't really like roller coasters, but I like being up high buildings and looking out the window like, wow. You're back, and you've done 4 side quests, 11 left. Oh boy. confident I'll enjoy it. I am very confident I'll enjoy it. When we got to the top, I felt every one of those 15 feet down. 15 feet? That's nothing. That's just like 3 people. You can't stand on the height of the shoulders of 3 people. We found 2 things we were looking for, and 1 thing we never expected to find. Hi, Paul. I hope you're doing very well today. You're with Apollo here. Do you not like heights? I know quite a few people that get sick at heights. I really like it when there's really tall... I know there's 2 bodies on the screen. I really like it when there's those really tall buildings, but they have like a glass floor, and you get to look down, you get to see all the way to the bottom. Oh! Leaf Green is still a remake. It does feature up to Gen 3 mechanics and Pokemon? It has Gen 1, 2, and 3 Pokemon? Wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. You're fine with large heights like buildings, but smaller, dangerous heights scare you. Oh! I don't think smaller, dangerous heights scare me, but if I have to jump down them, I will be scared. And also, I'm the type of person that if it's like a really steep staircase, I need to hold the railing or someone's arm. Otherwise, I will fall, because I'm very wobbly. Gen 2 and 3 Pokemon only in the post-game? Oh. Oh, that's annoying. Oh no, I would hate bungee jumping. I wouldn't be able to bungee jump because it's kind of the same reason I don't like roller coasters. Because of my asthma, sometimes I struggle to breathe in like when it's really strong wind. I have to wear like a face mask. Because the wind washing in my face, I struggle to get air in. And I remember when I was on the Tron ride in Shanghai, I was literally crying. Because one, I couldn't breathe. 2, I was sitting way at the front and I was terrified. And I was like, I don't like it. I've been on it 3 times since then. And because I'm like, it was so much fun. And then when I'm getting ready to get on the ride, I'm like, no, I hate it. But normally for the last like 10 seconds, I enjoy it. Oh, you hate the feeling of falling. Yeah, like those horror like those Tower of Terror where you go like ba-dong from top to bottom really fast. I don't like those. I don't like my belly feeling wobbly. Yeah, I don't like those. I don't like to get all wobbly in the belly. Oh. You wanted a decent fear of heights, so you don't remember when you... Oh, it's kind of cool that you lost it, though. That's kind of fun. Yeah, second tier fun. That's such an interesting way to describe it. Unfun to be in the situation, but fun remembering it. There was a roller coaster... Let me double check the name of it. Roller coaster Vita. Yes, okay. And once upon a time, I went on this roller coaster called Vita. It's in a theme park called Alton Towers in the UK. I didn't want to go on this ride. I was forced. And you know what? I'm not the type of person you can convince to do something I don't want to do. I'm not that kind of person. Even slightly. But I was kind of like, well, I'm not going to be a little wuss with a pee. So I'll get on the ride with everyone. Because everyone in my group was going on it. I didn't want to sit by myself. I've done that enough times at theme parks if I didn't want to go on a ride. So I was like, no, I'll go on it. Worst time of my life. It goes 0 to 100 kilometers in 2.5 seconds. So it's 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds. It's the worst. It was the worst experience of my life. You've never been to Alton Towers? Where is Alton Towers? Where have I been several times? We went a lot in school. Wow, it's North Birmingham. I don't know why my school went so far. That's really far. Supersonic? I literally went supersonic. First time being on a roller coaster, you fell to your knees? Sometime after that, you've somehow gotten accustomed to most extreme rides? I guess these days, the only theme parks I ever really go to are Disney. But it's because I'm not really fussed on going to, like, Alton Towers and, like, Thorpe Park and stuff anymore. Yeah, you went to Chessington once? I went to Chessington! And Thorpe Park! I went to Thorpe Park, and I went to all these in school. I've never gone, like, other than Alton Towers once. I've never gone outside of a school trip. I remember really liking Chesterton, and I remember really liking Thorpe Park. But when we did it in school, my mama came as, like, a parent-teacher thing. You know, just to help out. And all the kids kept talking to her, and I got mad. She's my mother. How dare you try to talk to my mother? Anyway, the body guitar and the pianist, is the little kid dead? Because if he's dead, then there goes my main suspect. Yes, Chessington is overpriced. Yeah, I mean they're all kind of really expensive, eh? These type of places. Is this the next day? Wow, that concert last night sure went south in a hurry. No kidding. Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Machi Tobi, the blind pianist. Arrested on suspicion of murder. I can't believe such a cute little boy could do something so horrible. I could. You'd say Thorpe Park too, but also not surprising since they're all tourist spots, kind of. Yeah, they are. They are too expensive. I can't even remember how much they are to get into. All I know is it's 1 bajillion. Which is kind of crazy because I feel like it's not that much cheaper than Disney. And you know, Disney, you've got like a duck to go see. Yeah, same. You can't believe such a cute little bum would do something so horrible? I'll do all the murdering in Among Us. Or Minecraft. Actually, no, I'll do it really badly in front of someone and get caught. That's how I play Among Us. Prosecutor Gavin? One a night, eh? Sir, why are you in my office? I apologize for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. We performed together that night after all. Yet the powers that say that given the circumstances, it could only have been him. She was invited from the Bulgenia as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that this case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that want, really. Well, those are some circumstances, alright. But what makes Machi the only possible suspect? Her forehead. You seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution, the enemy. I like the side of Prosecutor Gavin better. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of this case. Especially not to the defense attorney. Why am I the defense attorney? I also think he's guilty. Yeah, I haven't played Minecraft in ages. One day I'll install it again and it'll become a problem for me. You imagine that Gavin's theme song is his aura and you can hear it bit by bit louder when he approaches? Yeah, you're in the supermarket and all of a sudden you just slightly hear his background track and you're like, wait, is that who I think it is? He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. You mean Machi? Machi wants me? We haven't even had a single conversation. Well, let's get going. Good luck. I'm off to question Lammy Wow. Lammy Wow. Well, I just don't get it. I refuse to believe a cute little kid like that could do something so terrible. I believe it. Machi, everything's going to be okay. We're here for you. Maybe you can tell me about last night? What am I supposed to do with wingdings? In a country so far from everything he's ever known? Maybe Lemuel can help. But didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with her? Well, what are we going to do? That's a good question. I can't think of anything we can do but go along with this. And hope for the best at the trial tomorrow. Wow. Bam 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 bam, finding my slippers cause I'm gonna go get some coke. I'm gonna go get some coke cause I got a shot it straight into my eye. I'm falling asleep, so I'm gonna go shot some Coca-Cola into my eyeball. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I didn't have any Coke, but I have appetizer. Yeah. Hello. Oh, it's new. Jumps. Neat surprise. 0 warnings. Just I'm scared by art. Yeah. Let me. Yeah. Because I had to set everything up. I was like, hey, let's use that instead. Quality zoom in on the armpit at the back. Was it? Wait. Oh. Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. You know, it's actually a full image. It's actually a full image. I just quite like it cropped. It's full body. I just went in for the armpit zoom, apparently. That's not weird to me. Yeah, I love appetizer. It's cold. But I wanted a cold beverage. And all of my Coke is in the pantry, so it's like room temperature. I also got Muggu Muggu, which is a strawberry flavored drink with nata de coco, which I think means coconut chunks. Yeah. All of the beverages. I will stay awake. It is coconut jelly. Hi, Summer. You are not late. You are right on time. Ish. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah. Yeah, no, there is a full image. If I pull it on now, it will be massive on the screen. I'll get the full image. I'll post it in Discord. You know, time is just a enigma. Time is just an enigma. July 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Oh, coconut chunks is close enough. It's jellied coconut. Oh, that explains why I like it, because I hate coconut. But I really like the chunks in Muggu Muggu. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years before you joined the Discord server and it's for the BRB screener. Okay, wait, let me post it now then. Upload file. My face. Not really. Image it. There it is. It was a skep, so the coloring was a little bit off on the skirt, which is why I've never really posted it full. But I still really like the illustration. Because that's the thing with skeps, you know? You can't be like, hey, that's wrong. So, but I still really like it, and I think the art's really pretty. Whoa, how many servers are you in? Bunny tails are not just balls, they have some length. Yeah, no, bunny tails they have a length. They're kind of more like a deer tail. They're like a little wisp, but they curl into a little ball. Rabbit's really cute. What do you mean the judge is me? I wish I still had my mustache. I need to figure out how to pull it back on. You're in a lot of servers? You're in 75? I'm about to look very antisocial if I tell you how many servers I'm in. Maybe I might be a little bit embarrassed by how antisocial I am. Look, the thing is, you see, I'm just very shy. I'm just a girl. Yeah. I lurk in pretty much all of them. The other day, I posted something in the Infinity Nikki server, and I was like, for hours. Yeah, hairs are less cute, more athletic brothers. I agree. They're like a little bit like masculine. Like, they'd probably beat you up. You know, maybe I could get the mustache to stick to the glasses, and then that kind of works, because the glasses follow my nose. You've lost count of the amount of servers you're in, but that's how you keep track of everything when I need to? Oh, you're once active in all over the place. Many of them are dead now. Yeah, I think that's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you're in like a server that's really active and all of a sudden it dies a death. That can be quite sad. I don't think I'm still in any that I have memories in though. 5 servers you've made just for the soundboard? My 2026 goal is to be more active online. And to be less of a baby. And to just speak my words. That's my goal. Yeah, I did my best, Creeper. It just didn't sound right. Small child is the murderer. The pixie of the Arpeggio. Arpeggio. I read prego. Arpeggio. Right, his trial, court is in session. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is A-OK, Mr. Judge. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. My opening statement, yeah? You want to cry hearing the pronunciation? Well then... get over it. Say, you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? Eh? I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right? I mean, if you did, it's kind of awkward. You'd only be kicking them when they're down. Fizzy drinks are so... Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial, the Chief Justice's son... Yeah, his son is afflicted with a most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day. Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? You're concreting my burrow? You can only concrete it if you make a hole and shove oxygen and donuts down it. Goal to be less of a baby. I'm the littlest sister of the family. It's a responsibility to be a baby. That is true. You're right. If I'm not... It's a really difficult job, but someone has to be the baby. You're right. Welcome back, Zema. How is your PC? Is it better? Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly. You're in luck, Herr Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to review the victim in this case. Romian Letus, age 35. The global manager for diva songstress Lamiwaro. How's that pronunciation? The cause of death? Blood loss due to being shot by a very large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. The court accepts this into evidence. 45 caliber, that's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse considering. Photocrime added to court record. 2 shots were fired. 1 shot missed, the other penetrates and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. And this is where the bullets hit. I see. The court accepts this evidence. Diagram added. If we're talking about the 45... Wait. I thought it... So does that mean... Okay, where's my mouse? Okay, you see my mouse? Does that mean he was shot from like here? Here. You know where he could have been shot from? The little window. They said it only opened slightly though. But that's enough to get a little gun in. Pew. We must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Really? Yeah, apparently weapons that size have a powerful kickback. They say if the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. The defense will take more care in choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots. He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet, when the witness entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. But that's... impossible! Exactly, this murder was impossible! That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Toby. Only this defendant could have committed the crime? How? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it clear. Very well. I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Please show the witness to the stand. Your name and profession, please? Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired somehow. Security at the concert, you say? Some security I was. Couldn't even stop a murder. I feel like that was the shortest investigation thing I've ever had. Ever. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know. We know. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. You may give your court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. Alright. Yeah, it was cut off quick. We didn't get to examine anything after we found the body again. Enjoy your luck, and enjoy maybe bed, and enjoy maybe umaring. May you dream of Hanses. On the night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved in the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. I examined the scene, determined that only the defendant could have done it. Oh, that was it. It was lucky that a detective was the first on the scene. But that door was the only way out of the room. Right, okay, I think, you know, for a detective, for a police officer, not staying with the body and leaving it to us was silly. And then I don't get it. How can they say that Machi did it? I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request, yeah. Only people involved... Wait, no, well, actually.
Hold it!
Oh, I want to press the first statement too. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave to Pauline special permission to be there. I want to see her again. Oh boy, did you just hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. Oh. night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing on security detail, might I ask? Yeah, Emma's the detective in this whole game so far. Gummishoe is gone, and instead we have Emma. Yeah, she's cute, right? Orders are orders, even when they come from what gods? Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench of conspiracy. Yeah! There's been so many things. Wait, let me... Oh, I'll check later. Isn't that obvious? My keys, that whole morning, no? The whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. Look at him sweating. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced them don't just wander into a murder victim's hand on their own. He's not wrong. And what's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in a victim's hands, that makes you a prime suspect. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. We said he's a prime suspect and he just started air guitaring. Okay. Well, I will allow that evolution. I will. I will allow that description of my evolution too. But no, I am both pleased and unpleased. That makes you a prime suspect. Hits Fortnite emo. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. So I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task. That's rude. I see, I can accept that. I can't? What do you mean, time on their hands? Please, the testimony.
Hold it!
Rock? Blaring, yes. When you say rock, are you referring, perhaps, to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? Yeah, we did hear music. I finished my appetizer. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the Gaviniers with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe. If you could hear that music playing. And then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including Amui. Anyway, I close off the scene and starts on my investigation. Oh! That's weird.
Hold it!
How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from circumstances. It's not clear. There could have been someone else short in the venue. My only thing with why it might not be Machi is if Machi shot that gun, his arm would be on the floor. Plus, how would Machi carry this body up out of the air vent into the stage? Which means there has to be someone else involved at some point. You assume Emma left because she is the detective on the scene, so to free her up so she would have needed for us to go find an officer, lead the officer to her, and then that would free her up to take control of the area? Yeah. Yes, Machi is the child. With the wing hair and sunglasses. I'm now drinking my Mogu Mogu. I can't wait to choke on a coconut ball.
Objection!
That event was too small. Who could possibly? Exactly. And there's certainly no way you could get through. Nor me. The only one who could fit, though, was a child. A child? Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And of all the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. The pixie of the arpeggio flitted up towards the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. Objection! Ooh, Cappy Cream Egg. Oh, there was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Mr. Forehead. And there was another vital piece of evidence. Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that had recently been opened. And something else was found quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tobie's fingerprints. And that's the thing I was gonna ask. How about we check the fingerprints on the gun? Better yet, how about we check What's-Her-Face Pooh Head? The singer who didn't want to say anything to us. And that air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Mr. Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Murder! Only one could pass through the vent, that doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping up in the audience. So this was his decisive evidence? Quite decisive, indeed. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. No, it doesn't. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched. Marker the defendant, the only one who could possibly leave the scene. I have a theory. But I'm gonna leave my theory in my head hole for a bit while I cook it. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. Even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit, I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witness. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. This can't be over already. I believe this trial is finished. The defense has no contradicting evidence. Okay, let's call a verdict. Apollo, they've got us on the ropes. Oh yeah, that's what you call in closed room murder. Umineko would eat you on the spot with these films. Umineko would eat you on the spot. We need evidence or a witness that can prove Machi is innocent beyond doubt. I'm obsessed with Apollo being like, ooh, who could we call? Who could we do? When he knows for a fact there was a witness. You better tell us about it now. This is it, and so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. The courtroom wants to contradicting proof? Call a witness. Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely, I'll swear on my career as prosecutor. No, but it's good. If you're in and out, then when you play it, you'll be shocked by everything, you know? There was a witness. How did you come to possess the knowledge of a prosecution clearly does not? Because I am the only one in the world who knows this. I am the only smart person in the room. I did it. So cold. Yeah, help us on the way. Yeah, dead man's last words. The victim said this before he died? Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is what her forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself.
Objection!
But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely. Clearly, this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. And that's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear, contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty. Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. Yeah, it's a 2. It's a 2. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Take that!
We got Mr. Latusse's last words. The witness is... What's her face? And that's right, the siren of the ballad. Lamimo was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been the witness. Oh, I kinda wish he did play the air guitar to increase the penalty though. There was no witness to this crime. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? You can't call a woman a horse. Unless you're a horse girl. Not today though. Today we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is. Yeah, not even an Uma horse. He's calling her a full-blown neigh. It is my distinct honor to welcome the siren of the ballad to our courtroom. You were too kind. You could speak English. Yes, yes I can. No, I am not very good. There is much I do not know. Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it. What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Suffers from amnesia. Oh yeah, of course she does. Lamiwao is not my true name? Yeah, she doesn't just speak Wingding. Nope, she speaks Wingdings and English. If I'm ever on trial, please note that I will always be like, I have amnesia. And then I will also say I'm just a girl. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. As lauded singer, she lives a good life. There were little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Can I speak Wingding? I can, I'm fluent. I am fluent in Wingding, it's true. I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lamy Rowell. Thank you. And yet there is something I do not understand. Technically, that could be Wingding. No one would tell me anything of what happened. Lamy Rowell, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify, yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my, what a wide forehead. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set, when I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something bad happened, but I wasn't told the details. She's a liar. A stinky liar. Thinking I can make something up in objection.lolesta? Like I'm just a girl? Yeah, don't worry. Early on, they called her exotic looking, so... yeah. That's what they were going for, I think. I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat. And refrain from detaining her here any longer than needed. Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Lemuel wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. Hey girl, I know you were there because I saw your brooch on the floor. That night, I was invited to sing on the stage, and this I did. I did not return to the backstage.
Objection!
It's only one thingy. Nice. Hey girl, I don't believe you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's hers. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? Huh? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. Huh? How did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? You lying monkey. You had been wearing it during your performance that night. Are you lying? Oh, I didn't skip it. It skipped past, otherwise I would have given you that translation. That she just said English is quite difficult. That trick's not going to work here. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. Uh-oh, English is not very Jozo right now. Oh! Her veil, when her veil lifts up, it shows a question mark. I didn't notice that. I have to shock her again so that her veil goes up. What? Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that? Do you think she's saying that? Or do you think, Monsieur Gavin Poohead is putting those words into her mouth? What's she talking about, Apollo? You summon a Jumino and we'll see. Oh, hey, Creeper, are you, fluent in wingding? Oh, is this where we heard the door? Yeah. Yeah, we just did this. Yeah. I think that sound is someone coming down. Maybe down the air vent and out the door. Maybe. That door is so loud. Oh, sorry. Smart Mod said you were a legal creeper. There you go. It's against wingdings, apparently. Oh, I have to click back into the game. I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you. You should probably have told someone that. So this is when your brooch dropped? That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. That's ridiculous. You only looked for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? She has raised the possibility the only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked at the crime scene. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But then the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Her forehead shouting, "Who's there?" no doubt. A horrible voice indeed. Ugh. I closed the door immediately. To return to your testimony, that's too convenient. She's hiding something. You did look into the room though, right? When my performance was finished, I went backstage just for a moment. I saw nothing. The late Mr. Latus's body was behind a wall. Oh! I can use my bracelet. Has my bracelet always been an option? There must be something here, right? I don't think it was there earlier, which is the new thing. When my performance was finished, I went backstage just for a moment, so that's changed. I saw nothing. The late Mrs. body was behind a wall. I see. Yeah, it appeared just now. I thought so. Okay, I feel like it's gonna be her mouth. It's not her mouth. I was thinking earlier that maybe she'd be like behind the veil, sticking her tongue out. Oh, I don't know what to look at. Her neck is moving. I'm not a pervert. I just have to look at her all over. There's not much... Her eyes? Let's try again. Is there like a twitch? No. I'll try one more. I'll try again. Throat? Oh! Is she even Adam's apple?
Gotcha!
Is she even Adam's apple? Girl? Do I have an Adam's apple? No, I haven't got an Adam's apple. No, there's nothing back there. How would she know if it's behind the wall if she didn't see anything? You are so smart! Yeah! You know something more about Mr. Latus's death than you are saying. Huh? I could see you trying to remember. Your Adam's apple came to the front of your throat. You told us the other day we all have Adam's apple, but it's more prominent in men. We all... Wait, let me... I feel no apple. Is it really backlit? Actually, it kind of hurts to press on your throat. I don't recommend it. Everyone has one, but it's bigger for me. Aww. Oh, she's swallowing. If it hurts, then you found it. I'm learning. What do you call a girl's Adam's apple? Eve apple? You get it? You get it? It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? One moment, lady. Yes? What was it that you just said? Why did Mr. Latouche have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something. I knew it. Lady, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony. Man, I'll be really upset if that's on my grave. Information concerning the crime to be restricted to police and related parties. Ugh. So she shouldn't know that he was shot. You can't say that.
Take that!
Tell me, lady, why are you sweating? How did you know he had been shot? Oh man, she was shocked, but her fail didn't go all the way up. Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, no one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Wait, before I carry on. Okay, so she's saying, yeah, it was behind that wall. Okay, I just wanted to see what that wall was. Yet you knew that Mr. Latouche had been shot. How could you have known? There it is, the question mark. We shocked her. Ooh. You weren't hiding something from this court, I hope. She literally died. Please allow me to add to my testimony more lies. All we want to know is the truth. You know, Gavin is so very clearly on our side. You know, he say things against us quite often, sure, but he feels like he's quite constantly pushing for the truth. You know what I mean? And helping us out a little bit. Yeah, he's never been an obstacle. Just a pain in my ass. True, he wants to know who broke his quote-unquote hog. I saw bullet holes in the wall and knew Miss Latouche had been shot. No, you didn't. You lying... Can I present this? Does this work? They called you the siren of the ballad. Didn't realize they should have called you the dummy of the stupid. Just put downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and stop polishing your character, yeah? Come on, can't I be cool for once? No. Observe the diagram. I mean... Okay, the issue of what he's saying, anyway, doesn't really make sense. Because, if you look at my mouse, she came in, she opened the door here, and was like, Monsieur! Because the body was dead. So one, she would have seen it because the wall. And then she was like, oh, I saw the gunshots. But that means she went... But then, didn't we find her brooch, like, here? Or, like, over here or somewhere? Over here. It was over here. So clearly she was in the room. All we have to do is be like, well, we found your brooch away from the door. We don't need to go to this effort. Assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes. I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. You're a liar. I must tell you what it is that I saw? Question mark? The happenings in this trial are being recorded. Oh my god, we're on TV. And I'm certain it will be on the news in Virginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Lettuce died. Lettuce. And he named her as a witness. You must have even seen something. Please continue your testimony. Very well, I shall lie more. What I saw too. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. What is it? Then how about the brooch? And there were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. So you did witness the crime. And the killer was a grown person. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about her. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. But the brooch. The brooch in the room. The brooch. I was on my way from the stage to backstage exit. There was something like a little window.
Hold it!
What exactly is something like a little window? Yes, well, window is the best word I know in English. I think this is how it is said, yes? And there was a small window in the dressing room in the question. Perhaps the defense remembers this detail? I saw the crime from there. And there were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. It wasn't Machi.
Hold it!
It wasn't Machi who shot? Are you sure? Yes, quite certain. It amuses me that you would question her testimony. It is a testimony in your favor. Isn't it my job to object? Yes, of course. You see. It was a grown person. I know it was.
Hold it!
It's so dumb! A grown person, that's a little vague. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female. It was a man, a young man. And you're sure of that? Yes, his voice was quite clear. Voice? It does seem like that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. Yeah, right now Apollo should be like, nah, I'm good. Wasn't Machi, sayonara. That voice was the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Lettuce? Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Lettuce who spoke, I would have known. You were at the window and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man. Apollo, this is a good testimony. That proves it wasn't Machi. Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case into a considerably different light. It's contradictory because of roaches in the room. I know, what if I say nah, all good, is the case instantly cleared? That would be kind of interesting if so. If the case just ends, Machi's not guilty, but you don't get to find out the story. That would be funny. But I think it's contradictory. Pretty good. Vital even. This shows the shooter wasn't Machi. I understand why you would want to protect. Never mind. Yet remember, you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become such a creature. Apollo, what's he talking about? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. Damn! Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. But I'm sure. I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. She's the only eyewitness we have. So you say, and the victim named her Siren as the witness? That's what, Mr. Latus? We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility that it brought us to this. The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. Then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence. You may continue making your case. Donkey. Dankeschön. I would like to hear from Pauline Detective again. Wait, let me hear her testimony one last time. Cross-examination is already over. I hit my gavel. This witness may leave the stand. I'm sorry I cannot be of more assistance. Can the prosecution do that? I'm gonna lose, right? There's no... The only way Mr. Latus's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. And a witness, you, was standing in front of it. The air vent isn't very big, see. It kind of limits the people who could possibly go through it. Let him die. Remember the whole backstage area was off limits to people not getting involved? Yeah. I feel like I didn't pick the wrong option because otherwise it would have ended by now, right? Reading the report, something caught my eye. The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre. Why did Mr. Latus disappear from the room? And end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive observation, Judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough, you get a nose for things. The judge sure seems pleased with himself. Very good, Pauline Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Ooh. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamiro's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. and Machi practically left his signature at the scene. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. Yes, the guitar's 7/8. You noticed its code too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day follow the lyrics to our song. Yeah. Yeah, we did this. We know this. Guitar, up together to the sky. What, that's what they're saying at the end? It's like a story out of some fairy tale. True, we haven't seen anyone hug Sugar yet. There is now waiting for me, the grand finale, as it were. Hey, you know I was the one who first noticed that. I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting songs, but killing? It's a wild world out there, Mr. Judge. Mr. Judge? Very well, we've heard one song and dance. Let's get to the next, the cross-examination. Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved away to match Amir's song. No one in this country had motive to kill the victim. Well, we don't know that. Machi practically left his signature at the scene. What's his signature? The fact that he's small? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. That's not his signature. The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. Picture the shooting facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range. Very, assuming the shooter could probably aim. Machi, he can't see. Oh! He can't see, so that's why they're saying he missed. Why didn't they just check the condition of his arm? Because he's very little, his shoulder would be hacked. He used sound and other sensors to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. No wonder you missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. That doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobiye, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing a gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. He's tiny. Take that, smug prosecution. Yeah, Apollo is one to talk. That bit about Machi being tiny and the gun throwing off his aim. Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Whoops. Whoops! Pipes, I really put my foot in it this time. But let's get the facts of the matter of the record. If you would, Pauline Detective. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. Ooh, okay. From the state of the crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind. I mean...
Hold it!
say he was blind just because those bullet holes in the wall. I think I've proven that. I wouldn't call it proof per se. Pauline Detective has made almost logical conjecture based upon evidence. Of course, there was more evidence than just bullet holes. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air. How would he know about the air vents in the first place? There we go. Ah, very good point. Well, Pauline Detective? Recall the crime scene if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. As it happened, maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance, including Machi. He would have known that there would be a way out at the top of that stepladder. Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? You only needed to consider that the stepladder was doing there. Looks like the defense's objection has been squished by a stepladder. Well, Mr. Forehead? Out of ammunition, perhaps? I've never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive. Maybe he's caught the scent of blood? Apollo, don't you have something, anything? You need something to prove the killer could see. That'll put him in his place. Proving the shooter was sighted would do it. That would take down one of the central points. Do you have any evidence that can prove that, though? How is he supposed to know where the stepladder was? Machi, who's blind, did it. The defense will please present their evidence. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter couldn't see. Victim shot in the shoulder. Crime scene, that's the floor plan. Music board, brooch, revolver, photo card. How about the fact that that doesn't particularly say Machi's name. Plus, wait, no, that would mean he's blind. I would say the diagram because that's a lot of furniture to have to climb around. Nope. Sugar nuggets. Apparently both love and justice are blind. Ouch. What do we do? First, we don't panic. Even though Machi's case is leaking water by the gallon, Gavin's on a roll, and it's up to me to stop him. Okay, there has to be something that I did the wrong option then.
Hold it! Objection!
Now they're doing the same fight. Or maybe there isn't any evidence, because otherwise it would have given me an option to pick something else, right? Rather than making me go back. I don't know. I'll try once more. The shooter missed because they couldn't see, therefore Machi, who's blind, did it. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim the shooter couldn't see. Let me try that.
Take that!
The photograph of the crime scene? I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Get your finger out of the breeze and pull it into good use, yeah? Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is... the blood? The name? I'm gonna go ahead and say the writing.
Take that!
The contradiction is right here. The smeared bloodstains? It really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head, much like a gesture I have seen many times in court. It's almost as if he wrote something. At least I think I get it. Oh, I get it, yeah. He tried to write something, but then they rubbed it out with their foot or hand. What would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? And that's what I think happened here. That doesn't seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. I would not press on Gavin. I'd press on Emma. Haribo strawberry gummies! Delicious. So the prosecution accepts this? You agree that this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latouche was writing something in blood once the killer saw what it was. Wait. Once he saw? How did Emma not get that? I said they were blind. She's dumb and cute.
Hey girlie, hold still.
Hey girlie, hold still. Hey, are they too quiet still? The hey girlie? Because I can raise the volume of the hey girlie. Because it comes in my ear holes really quiet. But I have my volume at 32, so it's perfect. Okay, cool. I have my volume really low, so I don't know whether it's really loud or really quiet. I don't like loud noises. Impossible. Order. Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet up until now... Oh. It seems I owe the court an apology. The Gaviniers are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. What? I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey, Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't? And he's about to tell us? I've got an idea. Let's rock! I have a question for the Pauline detective, if I may. Huh? Tell me. Why do you think that Matchy Toby is blind? Huh? Because his eyeballs don't view stuff. Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? Oh, he's not blind. It's fake. That makes sense. I have a report here on the defendant, Matchy. According to this, Matchy Toby can see perfectly well. Yeah, that little shit. His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Virginians. He can see quite well. Objection! You said... What did I say exactly? Forehead. Not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. Did he not? Did he not say he was blind at one point? The only one who did was the detective. A significant fact, yes. Consider Machitobi sees. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problem with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe for her forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. Then why didn't he say that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off over brighter skies. And this is where the real fun begins, her forehead. I knew you didn't have what it took. You jerk? Just what was I in here for? Comic relief? Because he thinks police connections is something to flaunt over us and Emma, which is so dumb. Do you think he's trying to flirt with us? Trying to seduce us with his knowledge? I think so. He's Angatrusi now, look out. If we can please end the bickering now. No. However, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me. Your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? Yeah. We might be able to find out what was really written here. You can do that? That's right, with this. You think Emma tried to flirt with us earlier in a very funny way? When did she try flirting with us? Tornado! Hello? What are you doing? I hope you have been very daijoubu. I am doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. Luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Yes, have we done those tests yet? As if I'm going to tell you. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Wow. When we were chatting about snackaroos. Oh! Did she offer me some snacks? Is that how she flirts? Oh, your mum broke her leg. I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be very frustrating. Good job looking after her, though. That's good. Good son. You know what else reacts to blood? Oh, Rabbit does when she's imposter, but she would never admit that. I'm not an imposter. I'm not a good imposter. Yeah, we're not Phoenix. Oh, there's the mug. Go for it, Apollo. What? I have to detect. You're the forensic scientist detective, and I'm doing the test. You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. She's enjoying the intention. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press space to spray on an area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hand's shaking. Ugh, good, let's do this. Ipsy. IP, oh gee, please don't. IPYX314206. This must be the power of science. It says IPXX3142006. Oh, not far. Is that the killer's name? I don't think so. Are you playing? You're playing Resident Evil Requiem? I'm watching someone play it. They're at the very beginning. I don't want to spoil how far they've gotten. But they haven't got very far. They've seen the humongous chungus in the hallway. And they're currently... Oh, your fourth playthrough? Okay. So they are not Resident Evil spoilers because this is at the very beginning, but also Resident Evil Rec Room spoilers-ish. They are at the point where they're controlling Grace, and there's this giant humongous chungus in the hallway. And they're trying to figure out how... Chunk, is that his name, Chunk? They're trying to figure out how to defeat Chunk. Part of me thinks I can play the game, but then I see clips of it and I'm like, I can't play the game. I can't play it. Oh, I'm glad you love it though. I'm excited to see the full playthrough. I think this person takes a while with their episodes, because they record them all and then edit or whatever. So sometimes it takes a while. I might watch someone else's stream of it and then watch theirs as they play through it slowly, because I don't want to be spoiled on the ending, but I'm very excited to see it. It says 11037, not the Leon. Upside down, it's Bohel Lexid. Lexid. I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number? Who's an Interpol? Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? No, I'm not playing because I am literally the world's largest wuss with a P. I can't. Scary games, I'm too jumpy. If something jump scares me, my controller flies out the window. Though I've seen a little bit of the casual mode and I feel like I could do it. But you know what? Sometimes I just don't want to cry when I play a video game, you know? I really enjoy watching people play horror games though. I just shit myself watching people play it, never mind playing it myself. Sounds like a nightmare. Unless I play it with mods and make all the characters horse girls. Tornado, thank you for the sub. Be gone, foul lads. Yes. I'm trying to... Yeah, I have played a few Chillazart games. I am trying to get better because I do really enjoy these type of games. I'm just always so scared. I'm trying to get better at playing those type of games. I just don't think I'm ready for Resident Evil. I think maybe I could play Silent Hill first, because Silent Hill is more psychological horror, while Resident Evil is more shit yourself horror. That's how it feels. Why would Letus even know a number like that? Good show, Falling Detective, rock on. Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Diane, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Diane, are you there? Oh, so he was watching? Diane, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing, give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. That's a very specific number. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yeah, if this number is really that of an Interpol agent. Oh, wait, I know. What if Machitobi is really an undercover agent? That would be a possibility. A possibility, yes, and one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Letus know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we wait Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machitobi. Imagine if it's no IPXX and Dojin recommendation instead. Falling Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly, it makes little sense. Well, no it doesn't. For publicity. should be one. There should be one. There should be an alert for that. I don't know why there isn't. I'll check it afterwards. Because I've seen it before. How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us the whole time. Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? Sightseeing music, so it's just something to do with this, right? Because he can't see, but he plays the piano. No, that the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. They really are. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Toby pretended to be blind. Well, it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? I'm guessing the postcard because it has them on it. Why do I have to show the evidence for what he's accusing? Why can't I figure these things out on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. Take that! The performance. Because he is trolling, and yes, you have found a bug in Chibun.end. Lamiwal and Toby recall their relationships. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. They would always walk together, she leading him by hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. Because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times? Yet, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did he have to keep up this act the whole time? Wasn't it part of their performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Really, it was the other way round. The one who needs to be led by hand was Lamiwal. She's blind? Matthew's just like popular indie streamers, pretend he can't see but can see perfectly well so he could farm clips and simply on Twitter from being backseat to the lock. You know, on topic of backseating, I love backseating, otherwise I'd never complete a game. Sometimes I really struggle to watch people who don't like backseating. Because I don't know, I guess everyone has different experiences and everyone likes different things. I can understand not wanting it, but I always just think that, you know, maybe it's because I grew up playing games with my family and we have 1,000 siblings, right? So there's all siblings in a room on one console, figuring stuff out. So I think it's fun to play games with people and figure how to do things together. Whereas I guess some people prefer playing games by themselves and don't like when someone else offers a hand. Whereas my favorite pastime growing up was to give my controller to a sibling to be like, I can't do it, I'm dumb. So I really struggle when people are like, shut up, I hate backseating. And I'm like, then why are you streaming? But I guess everyone has different ways of playing. Depends on the game, because you know some game community members are really toxic. So yes, I have watched someone play something when the backseating has been like insanely toxic. And it's like, control yourself. Where they're like, oh, well, you're just being stupid. Oh, you're so dumb. Just go do that. And it's like, well, that's not nice. You can see that they see understanding things 100% and just pretend to be stupid to bait out backseaters. Yeah, backseating been fun, but imagine hearing why didn't you do X? You know, actually, I always think back. Remember when I was playing Star Rail, Gregory, and I was fighting a boss, and I didn't want to use Acorn, and someone was like, "Just use Acorn, just use Acorn," and I was like, "I'm not going to use Acorn." I think of that all the time. If I struggle in like a game, I'm always like, oh, remember that person that really wants me to use Acorn in that boss fight at the end of 2 point something? And I refused, and I did it without using Acorn? Have I played Portal or Portal 2 before? I've played a little bit of Portal with my brother, but we didn't get very far. I think I'm too stupid. I would like to play it again though, because I remember having a lot of fun. Yeah, I guess I can understand how it can get annoying. I guess it depends on how annoying they are. Like, yeah, as Full said, if they're toxic and the backseating's aggressive, then that can be really bad. If it's just like small little hints and tips and helps when you're really struggling, that's nice. Oh, okay. Yes, I would enjoy that. Someone heard someone in chat repeatedly telling her to use Nahida. It got so annoying you think she banned them. Okay, yeah, I think maybe I've seen some people that are like, no, 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 no. And I think it's probably because they've had that experience of someone being like aggressive about using a certain character. So that, okay, that makes sense. I haven't really seen the aggressive thing that often, so I've only seen it once or twice. But I imagine it must happen a lot, yeah. Because some people really get angry if you play a game not the way they're playing it. Like, what do you mean you're enjoying the game to a different way that I enjoyed the game? Oh, you don't enjoy Portal multiplayer? Can it easily be overtaken by the person who knows the puzzles? Yeah. That was like when I was playing We Were Here with my brother, though. And he was figuring everything out, and I was not doing a thing, and I just got angry. And at one point refused to speak to him while we were on call. I was like, well, I'm not talking. Because you're just going to figure out by yourself. Because I'm not helpful, and I'm stupid. So, maybe I don't want to play Portal with my brother. Because he'll probably figure it out, and I'll get in a mood again. Streamer just started Genshin clearly at the very start of the game. Do you have Zhongli or use the 5-star you clearly can get because you've just started? Yeah, that's the worst. It's one thing if you figure things out together, or if you're being guided, led to find something out. Whole other if the backseater expects you to play exactly as they want, and which they should just play. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right, noobs. That's exactly it. I think it depends how you backseat, right? If you're like, oh, how about, you know, that little thing over there? Well, how about that? If you just look to the right, ooh, what's over there? That's fine. But if you're like, hey, you're stupid, do this. It's kind of annoying. Ah, I'm glad you liked it. Most of the games that have asymmetry that forbids one-side puzzle solving but benefits from good cooperation. Yeah, I think with We Were Here, the part I got really angry at my brother was, I think he was helping me figure out the puzzle on my side, as well as the puzzle that we were currently at was a huge part on his side. So I didn't really have much to do. And he was figuring out his puzzle without the need of me. It was a puzzle where I had to read out stuff to him, and he was figuring it out without me, and I was like, why am I here? You like to be cryptic when backseating? Yeah. Yeah, I think cryptic backseating is the best backseating. I like cryptic backseating. That's a good one. Like, I like hand holding. I often I'll pass the controller over to a sibling, but I don't want that to do that often. I would like to be handheld through a game. Hand holding is nice and not lewd. Oh yeah, Yeah, so Lammy is blind. That's interesting. Order! This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. You know, that reminds me. I was watching someone's very first playthrough of Minecraft, and they had so much backseating on it was YouTube videos. There was so many people being like, you're on the wrong version of Minecraft. You're not using the right tools. You're not putting up the correct thing here. And I was like, it's Minecraft. How are you backseating Minecraft? That's a building game. Predicting how the story goes, what can I say? I have very good intuition. Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous to see about the defense is his vast forehead. Yet, I see it was not vast in vain this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter of sound or something? Since we have her here, why not ask Lamira herself? I believe she's still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me, I had no idea she couldn't see. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Bailiff, bring in Lamira. Yeah, true, Minecraft does lack a guide. I haven't played Minecraft proper in years. Back in my day, when I played Minecraft, there wasn't so much stuff in it, so it wasn't so hard to figure things out now. I think walking into Minecraft now is actually pretty difficult. Yeah, you realize your statement, how strange your statement is about newbies because your whole username is about you being a noob. Lamira, it pains me deeply to call you before us again this way, and yet I must. Please do not be concerned on my behalf. Girl, are you blind? It is true. How funny is it that a tiny lie born in the Brazilian countryside would one day lead to entangle the entire world? You are? Yes, as I mentioned it before. I have no memory of the time before I became Lamira. Know, too, that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for me. You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this trial. I believe I said it was fortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Now, my lady, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course, I was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course, though I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. You have guava juice? Oh, guava juice is so nice. Staring at the ceiling didn't work, so now you chat where you do air move once to tire yourself out. I mean, that works. I have recently decided that if I can't sleep, I just get up. After I spent that night where I didn't even sleep slightly, like a month and a half ago, 6 weeks, I spent all night staring at my ceiling, rolling around, trying to sleep, and I couldn't. And I got myself all upset. I have now decided that when I can't sleep, I just get up. I just get up and do something. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world full of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. This is a murder trial. I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep up my blindness as a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would. She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. What do I want to cross-examine? There was one thing in the testimony that bothered me. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Jeez, Gavin. Be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Ooh! My bracelet. The reason I went for Dr. Sam, I just came up with my PR line. So silly as it may sound, I pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Everyone on my staff knew, but no others. Everyone on my staff knew, but no others. The reason I went for Dr. I have no memory. Yeah. My producer came up with this PR line. Pressing incorrectly here gives some penalties. Yeah, I thought so. Of course, he was my manager. Okay, so he knew. And that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You think that when you discovered the body, yes. Is he right, Apollo? Yes. Flashback. He's alive. Yeah. So we've seen him dying approximately 5 times now, give or take. Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. What's I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There's no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by your defense. I remember them well myself. I like the judge calling that out. I mean what he said before that. And that's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. Too bad the defense did not. Well, her forehead? Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Order in the court! I was on my way from the stage to backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. And the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We already won the simulation, of course. It was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor? We have the results back from the investigation. The Interpol number that Latouche left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterwards. Detective Crescent, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you find that answer intriguing. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romian Latouche. Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. I forgot about his hair for a second. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And the cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latouche was an Interpol agent? So him being Lamia's manager was just a cover? There's one important detail I found. The concerns that .45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon, apparently it belonged to Romian Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and that's the gun he chose? So he was a big man. The victim was killed with his own weapon? It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. I wonder how that ties to everything. It's got to tie in somehow, you think? Well, thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescend. It's a great help. No problem. I'll be heading out. Wait. That voice just now. I thought this was gonna happen. I was thinking that when she was like, I recognize the voice, and I was like, what? And then Darian came back, I was like, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be his voice. Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? You aren't saying... In that voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired? It was him. Mr. Darian. Yeah, never underestimate the hearing of a blind person. No way. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that. Lemuel fingering Darian Crescent, not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could he really have been the voice Lemuel heard? Wasn't he on stage? I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no whipping out now, Apollo. Phrasing? 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 Oh! Look. I just didn't get it. I'm just a baby. So that's an interesting way to pose that case. Apollo? Darian? Yeah, you do need just a girl emote. Just a girl emote would be good. I think I might pick up Emote Lab anyway, because that seems fun. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I like this case. I like this case. It's interesting. I wasn't expecting Lamiwao. I might look up how to pronounce her name. I wasn't expecting her to be blind. And I feel like we learned a lot in the trial compared to the investigation, where we learned absolute shit. What if the protagonist accused the wrong person? Is that possible? Is that possible? Because don't we have protagonist armor? He would have to apologize? Okay, I see you tomorrow. I see you tomorrow for Honkai Star Rail, and there'll be no apologizing. Right?